Hi, my name is Samantha and I am an occupational therapy student. At my current fieldwork placement, I am working with individuals who have lymphedema and or breast cancer. I made an introductory video where I talk more about that and give further details on what these stretches are all about and how I want to support you. So head over and listen to that. It is in the arm and chest stretches playlist within this lymphedema education and support channel. So that's how you can access it. If you look below the title of this video, then you can click to get to that channel. So I'd recommend going to that first. But if you haven't and you're still listening and want to get into the stretches, then I want to provide a disclaimer first. So I'm not an expert in this and I'm not certified in lymphedema. I'm a current student, so please consult with your doctor or your lymphedema therapist before performing these stretches in order to avoid injury and for your safety. And also, if you don't have a lymphedema therapist, then I would recommend asking your doctor for a referral, because even if you aren't sure about that or don't know what lymphedema is or don't have lymphedema, a lymphedema therapist can offer you support and preventative care. Now let's head over and get into the stretches. I want to put it out there that this is the standard set, as you can see on the title, but just to elaborate on that a little bit, this is the set that we normally give people to start with to increase range of motion and reduce tightness and pain. This is kind of a good place to start, but I have a playlist on the channel that you're watching on, the Lymphedema Education and Support channel. There's a playlist for arm and chest stretches, so you can also check out the other videos there. There's ones that you can do laying down, so you can implement them in your routine and swap stretches in and out or do them all. So you can check that out, and that kind of gives you a bit of an upgrade. But in this video and the others as well, I provide ways to deepen or lower the stretches. So you can still head over and check those laying down ones. They can be good to do before bed because you're already laying down then, and then it can give you a way to ease into the night. And then there's also ones with exercise balls. So if you have an exercise ball at home, or you go to the gym and there's an exercise ball there, or maybe a friend has an exercise ball, you can implement those stretches into your routine or do them every so once in a while, as well as there's a over the head shoulder pulley video. So if you have one, or there's a pulley at a gym, or you're interested to get a pulley, then you can also check out that video for some stretches. And if you are noticing like these stretches aren't really effective for me anymore, that could be a good time to check out the other videos. Or also you can adjust your body positioning, because maybe there's a way you can make the stretch that you're doing deeper. And I'll share in this video and in the others like the body positioning. So again, there's a lot of different ways to deepen or reduce the stretch. But this is overall the standard set that I would recommend you to start with. So if you're new, or even if you have a current stretch routine but you want to get started into some new ones, you're at the right place, and I'm happy you're here. Throughout this video, in between each of the stretches that I show you, I'm going to have 2-minute blocks of time. So then that gives you the appropriate amount of time to do to do repetitions of the stretch that I show you and do the full routine. Or you're more than welcome to fast forward through that 2-minute slot if you just want to learn all of the stretches and then go off later and do the full routine on your own. So either way, and if you are fast forwarding, you'll know where to fast forward to, because then I'll pop back up on the screen and then you can listen to learn the next stretch. I also don't want the length of this video to deter anyone, and in terms of making it realistic to do it 2 or 3 times a day, but in this video I'm spending a pretty substantial amount of time to explain the stretches, but realistically it should take you about 8 to 12 minutes if you're doing the 6 stretches that I'm showing you. That's just based on calculating 5 sets of it, and if you're doing it on both sides. So that's about how long it takes, and then you can always throw in just a couple of the 6 stretches here and there if you're noticing tightness. So I just don't want that to stop anyone. Overall, these stretches are helping to support your range of motion and tightness of your arm. So you'll be looking to feel a stretch beneath your armpit, or the stretch will target your chest wall, so you'll feel a stretch running across here. But the stretches can also be beneficial for other muscles, so maybe the stretch stretches at your back too, so that's an added bonus. And throughout, if you don't feel a stretch, maybe just try to adjust the positioning to how you feel it, because we're all different. Just like I had said, as a precaution, make sure if you feel pain, stop the stretch, take a break, or reduce the level of the stretch. So the first one is called the climb wall or lean in forward. And if you're following along, you can see that one here with the instructions and the picture. So you'll want to stand at the wall, facing towards the wall, and then you can walk your fingers up or slide your hand up like this. And you can step in closer to get a deeper stretch. And you're aiming to get your armpit as close to the wall as possible. So don't push it too far, but you can keep stepping in until you feel a nice stretch. And then you'll want to hold it for about 10 or 15 seconds. Keep your arm straight during this without locking your elbow, and also bring your arm as close to your ear as possible for the most effective stretch. And remember to breathe in and out. And then walk the hand down. This image is set to be here with you for 2 minutes, so you can do 4 more sets of that stretch if you'd like. That would mean spending about 15 seconds on each side for a total of 30 seconds per set. Or you're welcome to fast forward and learn the next stretch. Now this is a minute, so you're halfway through. Woo woo! Hang in there, you got about a minute left. The next one is titled the climb wall or lean in sideways. So it's pretty similar. You'll want to, and you can do this on both arms or just your affected side, whatever you'd like. So you can climb up with your fingers, or you can slide your hand upward. And then similarly, you're gonna step as close to the wall as is comfortable. Remember to breathe, and we'll hold for about 10 or 15 seconds. And like I said, you can do just the affected arm, but if you do both sides, it kind of gives your other arm a break during it. So it can be nice to do both if you'd like. And another tip is you can do this one sitting too, and same with the prior one. So you would scoot your chair as close as is comfortable and walk your hand up. Alright, and then gently walk that hand down. This image is set to be here with you for 2 minutes, so you can do 4 more sets of that stretch if you'd like. That would mean spending about 15 seconds on each side for a total of 30 seconds per set. Or you're welcome to fast forward and learn the next stretch. Now this is a minute, so you're halfway through. Woo woo! Hang in there, you got about a minute left. The next one is called the single arm wall stretch. And if you're following along, that's the third one here. And there's the directions and picture. And so you're gonna wanna step far enough away from the wall so that your arm is straight, but you always do want to have a very slight bend in your arm to protect your joint. You don't want it to be locked up like that. And then you turn, and I'm just trying to get my feet in the video. So you'll turn your feet diagonal away from the wall as far away as what's comfortable until you feel a nice stretch here. And breathe in and out. And we'll hold for about 10 or 15 seconds. And this one, it's easy to tense up your shoulders. Try to relax your shoulder down into it. And then you come out of it. This image is set to be here with you for 2 minutes, so you can do 4 more sets of that stretch if you'd like. That would mean spending about 15 seconds on each side for a total of 30 seconds per set. Or you're welcome to fast forward and learn the next stretch. Now this is a minute, so you're halfway through. Woo woo! Hang in there, you got about a minute left. So the next one is number 4, the pendulums, and there's the directions in picture. So you want to hold on to a chair or table and bring your other hand down, and then you relax into it, breathe, and then you want to bring your arm forward and backwards. And side to side. And notice I'm not moving my body, it's just the arm, but the arm is relaxed during it. And then go clockwise. Oops, there's clockwise. Then counterclockwise. And that one you can do for a little bit longer, so about 30 seconds for each direction. And then I would say just 1 or 2 sets. You don't need to do 5 of that one as much. Just breathe and relax into it. And now I'm just going to give you another minute here with this one, because you can do about 15 seconds for side to side, up and down, and then clockwise and counterclockwise. And you already did 1 set with me, so then now you can just do 1 more set of each of those. This one is called the corner stretch, and it's the 5th one on the pamphlet. So you want to have your hands about in line with your shoulders, but you can then move them up or down depending on how you feel the stretch, because everyone is different and you might feel a deeper stretch or a lower stretch one way or another. So then have your feet about in line with the door, and then step 1 foot forward, keeping your back straight. So you don't want to be like leaning like that. You want to step into it and lean forward, keeping your back straight into it. And you'll feel a nice stretch across, or you should feel a nice stretch across your whole chest here. Alright, and then you can switch sides. So step forward and lean into it. Breathe in and out. And the alternative option is that you can also do it in a corner. So one way is not better or worse than the other, but you might feel a bit of a different stretch, or maybe you want something that's not as wide as your doorway or that's wider than your doorway, so you can try it in a corner. This image is set to be here with you for 2 minutes, so you can do 4 more sets of that stretch if you'd like. That would mean spending about 15 seconds on each side for a total of 30 seconds per set. Or you're welcome to fast forward and learn the next stretch. Now this is a minute, so you're halfway through. Woo woo! Hang in there, you got about a minute left. Last but not least, and this is number 6 if you're following on the pamphlet, it's called the chest stretch. So you'll want to start by clasping your hands behind your back, so you can interlace your fingers with your palms upward, or you can interlace your fingers and have your palms downward, or you could also hold maybe a little washcloth or object in your hands, and then you want to have your feet at about hips wide of distance, and then have your back straight, and then once you have your hands together, then you can begin pushing your arms away from the back of your body, and you can kind of puff your chest outward, and then keep bringing your hands further back and your chest more up in order to get a deeper stretch. And you can also look upwards to deepen the stretch too, bringing your chin up. And another tip is to imagine that you have a beach ball in between your arms and your back, so that can help bring it wider. And you want to hold this for about 15 seconds, and then you can just relax and bring your arms at your side to take a break. And this one's one of my favorites. I'm always doing that. This image is set to be here with you for 2 minutes, so you can do 4 more sets of that stretch if you'd like. That would mean spending about 15 seconds on each side for a total of 30 seconds per set. Or you're welcome to fast forward and learn the next stretch. Now this is a minute, so you're halfway through. Woo woo! Hang in there, you got about a minute left. Thank you so much for listening. That wraps up the standard set of stretches. I'm also going to link all of the pamphlets for the different types of stretches in the video description, in addition to the one for the video that you just watched. So they will be titled accordingly, and that wraps it up there. Thank you so much for listening, and I really appreciate it. I hope that you have a great day or evening, and you can always head back here for some more stretches. So, bye!